let's now proceed to service costing, which is your chapter 12 additional questions. So let's come to question 1. Navya LMV Private Limited operates cab slash car rental service in Delhi NCR. It provides a service to the offices of Noida, Gurugram, and Faridabad. At present, it is working with CNG fueled cars, but it is considering to upgrade into electric vehicle. Details related with owning of CNG and EV propelled cars are as tabulated below. Particular CNG car, EV car, purchase price, subsidy, life, residual value, mileage, electricity consumption, CNG cost, power cost, annual maintenance cost, annual insurance cost, tire replacement, battery replacement, additional data. Calculate the cost of operating vehicle per month per car for both CNG and EV option. Go through this. Go through the question. Through the question. Okay. Requirement here in this question is they are asking us to calculate what is the operating cost of vehicle for two different categories, CNG car and EV car. We have multiple costs given in the question. We are required to calculate the cost per month, operating cost of vehicle per month for both the variants. Let's start. Working note 1, computation of operating cost of vehicle per month. Operating cost of vehicle per month. Particulars CNG car, EV car, CNG and EV, CNG and EV. Per month calculation we have to do. Question is very clear. Fixed cost, maybe some 8 9 lines gap. Semi variable or maintenance cost. Fixed cost is otherwise called as standing charges. Maybe some 4 5 lines gap. Variable cost slash running charges. Variable cost slash running charges. Fixed, semi variable, and variable. Fixed, semi variable, and variable. Just give me a minute. I'll continue in a minute. Just give me a minute. Let's continue now. So we have different categories of cost. We are required to categorize them and calculate per month numbers. Our calculation is going to be for a month only. All computation is for a month. Let's start with first depreciation. Depreciation calculation is very simple. cost minus salvage value divided by 180 months. We are doing calculation per month. Divided by 180 months. Work with two decimals. Cost minus salvage value divided by 180 months. 9 lakh 20 minus 95,000 divided by 180 divided by 180. In case of EV car, price has to be first reduced by subsidy, because subsidy is given by government, so that is not my expenditure. So from the price, subsidy will go down, then residual value will go down. Then the residual value, life is 10 years, 120 months. This is 120 months. 1520 minus 150 minus 170, 120 months. 120 months. Depreciation is 10,000. 1520 minus 150. Why we are subtracting 150 is government gives us the subsidy. So we are paying not 15 lakh 20, we are paying only 13 lakh 70. Life is 10 years and residual value is 170. So we are kind of done till this. Mileage will help us in calculating CNG cost or power cost. In case of CNG car, you incur CNG cost, and in case of electric vehicle, incur power cost. For electric vehicle will incur power cost, CNG vehicle will incur CNG cost. So next is the variable CNG cost, power cost. CNG cost and power cost. CNG cost is 1500 kilometer I'll travel per month. So 1500 kilometer divided by 20 is the mileage. Divided by 20 is the mileage, and every kg is 60 rupees. 1500 divided by 20 kilometer mileage into 60 rupees, into 60 rupees is the CNG cost. 1500 by 20 rupees is the mileage into 60. By 20 into 60. 1500 divided by 20 into 60. For power cost, same 1500 kilometer, but you will spend 240 kilometer per time charging. If you do one time charging, you will be able to travel 240 kilometer. What is the cost of one charge? In one charge, you have to spend 30 kilowatt hours. Kilowatt is 30 units of electricity. For charging once, I have to spend 30 units. So 30 into 7.6. This is the cost per charge. Every time you do charging, you'll have to spend 30 into 7.6. How many kilometers you will travel? 240 kilometers. Per time charging, we will travel 240 kilometers. 1500 240 into 7.6. Some 1425 rupees of power cost. So EV has a benefit of lower power cost, because in EV the regular fuel cost will go down. Here you spend 4500, here you spend only 1425. We are done with mileage, electricity, CNG, power cost. Anybody has any doubts on this? Please let me know. Any doubts till this? Let me know. Most important calculation is this. Next, maintenance, right? Maintenance cost. Maintenance cost 8000 by 12, 5200 by 12. Monthly calculation. We are doing monthly calculation. 8000 by 12 and 5200 by 12, 8000 by 12, 5200 by 12. Maintenance, similarly insurance 7600 by 12 and 14600 by 12, 7600 by 12, 14600 by 12. I have something called as tire cost, battery cost. I'll explain this in some time. Some detailed calculation needs to be done. You can put them under variable or semi-variable. Tire and battery cost, some detailed calculation needs to be done. I'll explain in some time. Tire and battery cost, tire and battery cost. Apart from this, we have driver salary, driver salary. This is going to be same for both, 20,000 per month. Whether you use CNG vehicle or EV vehicle, driver cost will be there. Garage rent, same for both. Office and admin cost, 1500. All this is going to remain same. Tire and battery cost, I'll do the calculation in 2 minutes. That is very critical. Any doubts till this? Okay, let's now get into the tire cost calculation. It is going to take a little bit of time. Very important calculation. Note 1, computation of tire cost. Computation of tire cost. Take lesson 2 vehicles. Take lesson 2 vehicles. Computation of tire cost. Now, tire has to be replaced every 5 years and you incur 16,000 and 16,000. So, point number 1, tire cost 16,000, 16,000. Tire cost 16,000, 16,000. Life of car. Life of car is 15 years and 10 years. Life of car 15 and 10. 15 years and 10 years. Life of tire 5 years and 5 years. Tire needs to be replaced every 5 years. Life of the car is 15. Tire needs to be replaced every 5 years. Now listen. CNG car I buy today. At the end of 5th year, I'll replace the tire first time. At the end of 5th year, I'll replace it. At the end of 10th year, I'll do the second replacement. At the end of 15th year, I'll not do any replacement. Why no replacement? Because I am going to sell the car at the end of 15th year. If I am going to sell it, why should I replace the tire? So at the end of 5th year, one replacement. 10th year, second replacement, and thereafter that's all. No more replacement. So number of replacement needed is not 15 divided by 5. Be clear. End of 5th year, first replacement. 10th year, second replacement. 15th year, no replacement needed. No replacement. So two times replacement. Here, at the end of fifth year, one replacement, and no replacement at the end of 10th year. Two replacements and one replacement. Number of replacement needed, 2 and 1. Number of replacement needed, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. Total tire cost for entire life, 16,000 into 2 times, 16,000 into 1 time. Total tire cost for entire life of the car. For entire life of the car, 2 times replacement, 32,000 spent. 1 time replacement, 16,000 spent. So 2 times replacement, 32,000. 1 time replacement, 16,000. Tire cost per month. Tire cost per month, 32,000 divided by 180 months. 180 months, and 32,000 divided by 120 months. Sorry, 16,000 divided by 120. 16,000 divided by 120. 32,000 divided by 180 months. Again, I'm repeating. I had to calculate how many replacements are to be done. At the end of fifth year, yes. 10th year, yes. 15th year, no. At the end of fifth year, yes. 10th year, no. Higher cost, note 1, 177 and 133. Battery cost, note 2. Similar calculation we will do. Battery cost, note 2. Same thing, note 2, computation of battery cost. Computation of battery cost. Wherever the term tire is there, I replace it with battery. Replace tire with battery. Battery cost, life of car, life of battery, number of replacement needed, battery cost for entire life, battery cost per month. We calculated tire cost per month. We are calculating battery cost per month here. Battery cost per month. Overall battery cost is 12,000, 5 lakh 40, 12,000 and 5 lakh 40, 15 years, 10 years. Battery has a life of 8 years. Battery has a life of 8 years. So in CNG car, will replace at the end of 8th year. That's all. EV at the end of 8th year. That's all. You will use it for 2 years and dispose the car. Here you'll use it for another 7 years and dispose the car. So at the end of 8th year, one time you will do battery replacement. Only one time replacement of battery at the end of 8th year. Don't need further replacement. No further replacement needed. Divided by 180 months, divided by 120 months. Divided by 180 and 120. Excellent calculation, excellent question on this tire and battery adjustment. Tire and battery adjustment is an excellent adjustment in this question. Let me know if there are doubts here. Any doubts on tire and battery calculation, please let me know. 66.67 and 4,500. So battery cost, so we'll add all fixed costs, we'll add all variable costs, we'll add semi-variable costs and put a final total. I think we have considered all costs. If anything is missed out, please let me know. Everything is per month calculation. total fixed cost, total fixed cost, total fixed cost per month, fixed cost total, total semi-variable cost, note to total semi-variable cost, total variable cost, total variable cost, finally total cost. Total cost per month, cost of running car, CNG and EV for a month, that is 6,000 and some 43,000. We know in case there are any calculation errors or any doubts if you have, else please complete this. Anywhere there is a confusion, doubt, please let me know. Any doubt on this, please let me know. Else start going through the next question. Start going through the next question. Running cost is 4,500 Maintenance cost, okay, insurance, PCI solution has taken maintenance there. I think insurance is more of fixed. Overall answer will match. 6,627, 43,708. Sometimes classification can be slightly different. Through question, passenger transportation, go through question 2. You go through this. I want to check something, so keep going through this. I need to check the recording. Okay, let's start now with question 2. Let's start with question 2. Royal Transport Services run fleet of buses within the limits of Jaipur city. Following is incurred by the company during October 2021. Particulars amount, cost, rent, insurance, tax, manager salary, assistant salary, supervisor salary, driver salary, cleaner salary, office staff salary, consumables, repairs and maintenance, other expenses, diesel, oil and lubricants, tires and tubes, depreciation. Other data, 12 buses have 60 passenger capacity, 13 buses have 50 passengers capacity. Each bus makes 4 round trips a day, covering a distance of 10 kilometers in each trip. During the trip, 80% of the seats are occupied. Annual records show that 5 buses are generally required to be kept away from road. It is away from road each day for repairs. You are required to calculate cost per passenger kilometer. Cost sheet to be prepared on the basis of 25 buses. Go through this. Go through the question. It's a very lengthy kind of a question. Okay, we are required to calculate cost per passenger kilometer. We normally calculate cost per ton kilometer or cost per passenger kilometer. They want us to prepare a cost sheet for all 25 buses. In the class, I would have explained that you can do it for a single bus or all 25 buses. And you can do it for a month or a year. I'll do it for a month because October 2021 specifically they have mentioned. So working note 1, computation of distance traveled distance traveled and passenger kilometer for October 2021. Distance travel and passenger kilometer for October 2021. Particulars and amount. Particulars and amount. Particulars and amount. Point number one, distance traveled per bus per day. That's how we do. Distance travel per bus per day. One bus is going to make 4 trips, and one trip is of 20 kilometers. How 20? Twice of 10 kilometer. One way distance is 10 kilometer. So twice of that is 20 kilometer. And each bus will make 4 trips in a day. 4 trips into 20 kilometers. 4 into 20. Distance traveled per bus per month. Why we need distance travel is to calculate petrol cost. To calculate the fuel cost, I need the distance traveled. Distance travel per bus per month. Per bus per month. 80 into October we are doing, so 31 days. October 31 days. Some question can tell us to take 30 days also, or they can give some other period, operating days. Distance traveled per bus per month. Number of operating buses. Now, though I have 25 buses, on an average, 5 bus will not run. On an average, 5 buses are not going to run because there will be repairs. So today bus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in repairs. Next day some other bus in repairs. So on an average 5 buses will be in repair. So only 20 buses will run. 20 buses will run. So distance traveled per month is 2480 into 20 buses. 49,600 kilometers we are going to travel in the month of October 2021. This is indirectly for all 25 buses put together because 5 buses anyway don't operate. 5 buses anyway is not going to operate. Distance travel per month 49,600. Once you multiply with number of passengers, we get passenger kilometer. We multiply with number of passengers and we get passenger kilometer. Now listen, 60 passenger capacity is there where 80% seats are occupied. 48 people will be there. Here 40 people will be there. Few buses 48 people are there. Few buses 40 people are there. 12 buses 48 passengers. 13 buses 40 passengers. Now what I want to know is on an average how much. So that is 48 people into 12 buses, 40 people into 13 buses, average, weighted average. Can you tell me this number? 48 bus into 12, 40 into 13, whole divided by 25. Average passengers. 48 into 12, 40 into 13. What is the average you get? Yeah, friends, please tell me.
43.84.
43.84.
84.
So few people 48 bus, sorry, few buses 48 people, few buses 40 people, on an average 43.84 passengers are going to occupy. Basically on an average 43.84 passengers will pay us. Few buses 48 people will pay, few buses lesser people will pay. 43.84. and passenger kilometers multiplication of these two. Multiplication of these two. So some 21 lakh 74,464 passenger kilometers is going to be the overall distance traveled. Sorry, overall passenger kilometer. Distance traveled is 49,600. Number of buses is not 25. You'll have to take 20. You will have to take 20. You will incur cost on all 25 buses, but operational running is only 20. Operating cost sheet for the month of October 2021. Operating cost sheet for the month of October 2021. Particulars, calculation amount. I think this question has lots and lots of expenses, so we may need more space here. The number of expenses seems to be on the higher side. Cost sheet has to be for 25 buses. The question is very clear. Fixed cost slash standing charges. Maybe some 12 lines gap, 10 12 lines gap. Variable cost, running charges, semi variable cost, maintenance charges. Semi variable cost, maintenance charges. Fixed standing, variable running, semi variable maintenance. Let's look at from the first line item. First is cost is given, depreciation. Depreciation, 1 month depreciation we'll have to calculate. Depreciation, 24 lakh is the cost of the bus. Somewhere salvage value will be there. Okay, no salvage value. Depreciation is 10% on cost. So 24 lakh into 25 buses. 24 lakh into 25 buses into 10% per annum into 1 by 12. Into 1 by 12. 5 lakh rupees. 24 lakh into 10% into 1 by 12 and multiplied with 25 buses. Garage rent 1 lakh rupee. Insurance, I'm assuming all figures are for 25 buses together. We are not multiplying. If they say per bus, we will multiply. Insurance 25,000. Road tax 20,000. Manager salary 60,000. Assistant salary. Assistant salary 32,000 into two people. 64,000. Supervisor salary. Supervisor salary 24,000 into 3. There's lots and lots of expenses in this question. Driver salary. Driver salary 20,000 into 25. 20,000 into 25. Cleaner salary 5,000 into 20. 20 cleaners. I'll explain in detail if something needs some explanation. Office staff, office staff salary 1 lakh, office staff salary 1 lakh. Consumables is maintenance, consumables is maintenance. Consumables 120, repairs and maintenance, repairs and maintenance 90,000. Consumables 120, repairs and maintenance 90,000. Other fixed expenses, other fixed expenses 72,000. Other fixed expenses 72,000. Diesel cost, I'll explain this. This needs some explanation. Diesel cost, they have mentioned 80 per liter. 80 per liter. So 49,600 kilometer the buses are going to travel. 49,600 kilometers divided by 10 kilometers. Mileage is 10. Divided by 10. 49,600 by 10 into 80. Divided by 10 into 80. 49,600 by 10 into 80. Divided by 10 into 80. 49,600 is the overall kilometers traveled. Divided by 10 into 80. Oils and lubricants. Again, running cost. Tires and tube, you can put it under semi variable or running, your wish. I'll put it here. Classification sometimes can be different. Tires and tubes 35,000. Tires and tubes is 35,000. I think we have considered all cost now. All expenditure is considered here. We'll put a total and get the cost per passenger kilometer. Let me know if there are doubts here. A lot of expenses are there. You complete this. I'll give you some time. Don't see the screen. You write it. Don't look at the screen. You keep writing it. Keep calculating the cost. Keep computing the cost. Classification can be different from what you see in the material, mostly for tires and tubes. That I can take it under variable as well. Total cost. Normally we add profit margin on this and get fare per passenger kilometer, but they wanted cost per passenger kilometer. Any doubts on the overall cost? Let me know if anyone's still doing. I'll wait. Get the total cost figure. Anybody still doing, want me to wait, please let me know. passenger kilometer and cost per passenger kilometer. Cost per passenger kilometer. We may express it in some four decimals. 1.1036. They can also ask fare per passenger kilometer, where you will have to add the profit margin. For fare per passenger kilometer, I'll have to add the profit margin. Cost per passenger kilometer 1.1036. Let me know if there are doubts. The important part is that passengers calculation, weighted average. Go through three. Go through question three. Okay. Coal is transported from two mines X and Y, unloaded at plots in a railway station. X is at a distance of 15 km, Y is at a distance of 20 km. A fleet of lorries having carrying capacity of 4 tons is used to transport coal. Records reveal that average speed of the lorry is 40 km per hour and it takes 15 minutes to unload. At mine X, loading is 30 minutes. Mine Y, loading is 25 minutes. Other data, drivers' wages, depreciation, insurance, and tax, fuel, all cost is given. You are required to calculate a statement showing the cost per ton kilometer of carrying coal from each mine X and Y. So we are required to calculate cost per ton kilometer. Let's start. Slightly different from the normal question. Computation of cost per ton kilometer. In this material, I've just added those newer set of question. If anything unique is there, because your if I consider those new RTPs, MTPs and all, the number of questions will be very high. So I have picked and chosen only those questions which need discussion here. Particulars and two mines. Particulars mine X and mine Y. We have two types of cost. One is fixed cost. The fixed cost is driver wages, depreciation, insurance, tax, and fuel, oil, repairs and maintenance is variable cost. Two types of cost is there. So in fixed, right, driver wages, depreciation, etc. Driver wages, depreciation, etc. Now listen, it says very critical, 12 per hour. It is 12 per hour. Now I need to know for loading, unloading, travel all put together, how much time will it take it in mine X? Now listen, in mine X, the loading time is 30 minutes, unloading is 15 minutes, 30 minutes is loading, 15 minutes is unloading, and along with that, I also need to consider transportation time. What is transportation time? It is at a distance of 15 kilometers. It is at a distance of 15 kilometers. So 15 minutes for going, 15 minutes for coming back. Sorry, 15 kilometers for going and 15 kilometers for coming back. Overall 30 kilometers. Overall you have 30 kilometers of travel. 15 kilometers for going, 15 kilometers for coming back. The speed of the lorry is 40 kilometer per hour. So 30 kilometer divided by 40 kilometer into 60 minutes. You will have to do this calculation below. So leave some 5 lines gap. Note 1. Time taken in mine x equal to time taken in mine x equal to mine x equal to 30 minutes for loading, 15 minutes for unloading, and travel is 30 by 40 into 60 minutes. 30 kilometers by 40 into 60 minutes. In 1 hour, you will cover 40 kilometers. So in 45 minutes, you will cover 30 kilometers. All put together, 90 minutes or 1.5 hours. Mine X 30 plus 15. 30 is for loading, 15 is for unloading, 30 for loading, 15 for unloading, plus 30 by 40, 30 by 40 into 60. Then mine Y, we will take loading time is 25 minutes, unloading time is 15 minutes, and the distance is 20 kilometer. 20 is going, 20 is coming back. So indirectly it is 40 kilometers by 40 kilometer. Basically it will take 1 hour. 40 by 40 into 60. 40 by 40 into 60. 100 minutes are technically 1.66667 hours. 100 minutes are 1.66667. 90 minutes for the mine X, 100 minutes for mine Y. 90 minutes for mine X, 100 minutes for mine Y. And the cost is 12 per hour. So 12 into 1.5 hours. 90 minutes is 1.5 hours and 12 into 1.66667. 18 rupees and 20 rupees. This is fixed cost. Fixed cost is 18 and 20. Fixed is 18 and 20. Variable cost. Variable cost. Operated fuel. So whatever name they have given, fuel, oil, etc. Fuel, oil, etc. 1 rupee 60 paise per kilometer, not ton kilometer, it's per kilometer. So 1.6 into 30 kilometers and 1.6 into 40 kilometer. Mine X is nearer, mine Y is little far. 1.6 into 30, 1.6 into 40. Total cost, number of ton kilometer, cost per ton kilometer. Total cost, number of ton kilometer and cost per ton kilometer. 66 and 84. Total cost, number of ton kilometer. What is number of ton kilometer is distance into tons carried. So listen, when you start from mine X, You carry 15 tons, sorry, 15 kilometers into 4 tons. And when you are going to this mine, it is 15 kilometer but 0 ton. So I start from my mine, go to this, I start from my plot, go to the mine, 15 kilometers I travel without any weight. Then I come back with 4 tons. How 4 tons? Because the capacity is 4 ton. So 15 into 4 plus 15 into 0. Similarly, 20 into 4 plus 20 into 0. 15 into 4 plus 15 into 0. 20 into 4 plus 20 into 0. 15 into 4 and 20 into 4. 15 into 4 and 20 into 4. 60, 80. And this is done. 1.1 and 1.05. 1.10 and 1.05. Let me know if there are any doubts in this segment. With this, the operating costing questions will get over. If there are any doubts in this, please let me know. Any doubts?